In the quiet heart of Windsor, where history itself seems to breathe, lies a secret that has endured for nearly 700 years. Behind the castle walls, where monarchs are crowned and legends are made, a select circle gathers once a year. There are no cameras, no public invitations, only whispers, robes, and ancient ritual. This is the most noble order of the Garter, the oldest and most exclusive order of chivalry in the world. Is it just a symbol of loyalty, a relic of medieval honor, or is it something more, a code of power woven into the very fabric of the British crown? Our story begins in the 14th century, with King Edward III, a monarch obsessed with the legends of Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. England was at war, and the young king sought unity through myth. In 1348, he founded a new brotherhood, based not on wealth or politics, but on loyalty and valor. 24 chosen knights, sworn to defend the kingdom and uphold a mysterious motto, Honi, soit, pense, shame on him who thinks evil of it. This phrase became the heart of the order's Mysteria challenge, and perhaps a warning. The famous legend tells of a royal ball where the king danced with the Countess of Salisbury. When her garter slipped to the floor, the court laughed, but Edward, in a stroke of genius, lifted it and tied it to his own leg, declaring that those who mocked her would one day wear it in honor. Just like that, a simple blue ribbon became a symbol of chivalry and secrecy. Whether truth or legend, it became an institution. And that tradition continues today. Each year, the members, only 24 at a time, gather at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. They wear deep blue velvet robes, adorned with gold cords and the emblem of the Garter. A star-shaped badge glitters over their heart, and just below the left knee, they wear the Garter, bearing those same mysterious French words. They march in a silent procession, their footsteps echoing against stone walls that have witnessed the rise and fall of empires. No other order carries such weight. Its ranks have included kings, queens, prime ministers, and warriors. But you can't apply to join. You are chosen, and that decision rests with one person alone, the reigning monarch. The Order of the Garter isn't a club. It's a royal circle, a bond that transcends politics and time. To understand its power, you have to look at its spiritual home, St. George's Chapel. It's more than just a church. It's a coded masterpiece. The vaulted ceiling resembles a crown, and stained glass windows blaze with images of knights, saints, and dragons. The eternal battle between good and evil. Beneath the floor sleep generations of kings, including Henry VIII and Charles I. And above, hanging from the choir stalls, is the banner of every knight of the order. When a member dies, their banner is quietly removed. No ceremony, no words, just a symbolic passing from one world to the next. Beyond the pageantry, the order holds a deeper philosophy. Shame on him who thinks evil of it. The motto suggests that true honor lies beyond mockery, that loyalty is often misunderstood by outsiders through centuries of war, empire, and revolution. That phrase has remained unchanged. Today, it decorates British passports, military medals, and the royal coat of arms. It's more than a motto, it's a mirror of power. The Garter is woven into Britain's identity, yet few people stop to ask where it comes from or why it still exists. Historians say it survives because it represents a universal desire to belong to a circle of honor, one beyond corruption and politics. But maybe it also survives because secrecy itself is a form of power. What cannot be fully explained cannot be easily destroyed. Every year on Garter Day, Windsor transforms into a scene from another age. The monarch presides, the knights wear their robes, and the public catches only glimpses of a tradition older than Parliament itself. Inside the chapel, no cameras are allowed. Only paintings, sketches, and memory capture the moment. The symbolism is everywhere: the dragon of St. George, the cross of valor, the garter of loyalty. Each element seems to conceal as much as it reveals. Every knight, from Winston Churchill to Prince William, has worn that same blue ribbon. It binds monarchs to their ancestors and warriors to scholars. Within the Garter sloop, history folds upon itself: the medieval, the modern, and the mystical, all united. But could there be even more to it? Some scholars see patterns of sacred geometry in the chapels, design the proportions of the nave, the placement of the altars, even the alignment of the windows. The floor plan itself mirrors the cross of St. George, which in turn mirrors the constellation of Orion, long associated with kingship. Was this intentional symbolism or divine coincidence? We may never know. Even the number of nights 24 carries a sense of mystery. It reflects the hours in a day and the elders in the Book of Revelation, suggesting a sense of cosmic completeness. To sit among them is to sit inside history itself. The order has survived plagues, civil wars, and revolutions. Monarchs have come and gone, but the circle has never broken. During the Blitz, as bombs fell on Windsor, the Knights' banners were quietly removed for safekeeping, only to be returned once the danger passed a silent declaration. That tradition is stronger than fire, and its influence spreads far beyond England. The order inspired many of Europe's chivalric societies, from Spain's Order of the Golden Fleece to Denmark's Order of the Elephant. In an age of fading institutions, it thrives precisely because it isn't trying to be relevant. It's built on reverence. Perhaps its greatest secret lies not in who is inside, but who is not. For centuries, women were excluded, until Queen Elizabeth II revived the tradition of appointing ladies of the Garter. Foreign monarchs can be granted honorary membership, but only the British sovereign decides who joins the inner circle. In an era of democracy, the Garter stands as one of the last unbroken threads of absolute monarchy, not of rule, but of ritual. As the sun sets on Garter Day, the knights and ladies return to their private lives. Their robes are folded away, their banners hang still, and Windsor grows quiet again. The tourists depart, unaware they have stood on sacred ground, a stage where centuries of loyalty and secrecy have been performed without interruption. The order continues, not as a shadow government, but as a living metaphor for continuity. It reminds us that even as empires crumble, ideas endure. The Garter itself, a fragile ribbon of silk, has outlasted dynasties and revolutions. It's the thread that ties the myth of chivalry to the machinery of modern power. If you walk through Windsor today and look up at St. George's Chapel, you can still see the flags fluttering in the wind, each one representing a life woven into history. Beneath the weight of centuries, the same question lingers. What holds this all together? Tradition, faith, or the unspoken knowledge that mystery itself gives meaning? Maybe the greatest secret of the Order of the Garter isn't about who it includes, but why it endures. In a world of constant noise and transparency, it proves that silence can still hold power, and that an oath of honor, once sworn, remains unbroken. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into history as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories hidden in plain sight.